Cinderella story.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
start
yeah.
with the old school book. Boom, you brought
Yeah.
in. You're now there. You're going, what's going to happen next?
Welcome back, everyone, to another Chatterbox teaser reaction. My name is Joyce, and I'm joined by the lovely, the man who's suited and booted today. Welcome, Mr. P.
Hey, thank you for having me. As I said in the previous reaction, I knew I had to come and do this. I didn't want to go and change because I was so excited. I wanted to jump on this. You told me this is somebody that we haven't seen before, and
Yeah.
he is a big thing in the Indian film industry. So I just says, let me give him the respect and come in my full
Suited and
attire.
booted.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And make me look bad because I'm not formally dressed at all.
Hey,
Hey,
the main focus will be on me today. Don't worry. Just look.
of course, as always, I'm not even complaining. Take all the focus away.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are reacting to the teaser of Vikrant Rona, which is an upcoming Kannada 3D fantasy action adventure thriller film directed by Anup Bhandari. It features Kichcha Sudeep, Nirup Bhandari, and debutante Neeta Ashok in the lead roles. This teaser was released just yesterday to mark Kichcha Sudeep's 50th birthday. The film will be released in 14 languages across 55 countries, making it one of the biggest ever releases. So it's not going out in Indian languages, but it's going out in Spanish, Russian, Mandarin, and so on and so forth. So I'm excited to watch this now.
So,
Okay.
so it'll be
Yeah,
released over here, you think, in the cinema?
it should be. I hope so. I
I'm
very well hope so.
excited. Yeah, go
Yep.
on.
Let's get on to this.
Once upon a time, there was a land that everyone feared. And then came the devil.
There he is. Oh, yes.
Bang, 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 the skies just sang the Deadman's anthem.
How is he 50? Kichcha Sudeep. Happy birthday. Look at him. Does he look 50 at all?
Savage heart to the Lord of the Dark, the Phantom.
Interesting. In 3D.
Wow.
Yeah. That teaser almost it felt like what do you say, like it's like an imaginary world straight out of a comic book. Did it give you that feeling?
It was interesting, the visuals, how they started. They started
Yeah.
as if it was a fairy tale. So they started as
Yes.
if it was Cinderella story.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
start
yeah.
with the old school book. Boom, you brought
Yeah.
in. You're now there. You're going, what's going to happen next? And then it jumps straight into the scene, which you're now captivated. You're going, what is
Yeah.
going to happen next? And the color gradient, which I really like, it was
Yes.
kind of bluey, tints of
Uh-huh.
green in it. And then
Yeah.
you saw this mysterious character. You still, at the moment, you're not sure. Is he the antagonist,
Yeah.
protagonist? What
Yeah.
role
Yeah.
is he going to play in that? And you're pulled straight in. And then that use of the fire, I don't know. It's like then it brings some kind of comic superhero, as you were saying before, like
Yeah. Yeah.
something that will link straight out of Mortal Kombat in the
Yes.
terms of the style. And you're like,
Mhm.
okay, where is that going to go next? And it was short, but it was still enough to leave you teased.
Wanting more. Yeah.
Interesting. And you're right, he doesn't look his age. He does not look
Not
50.
at all.
He looks like he's a man in his prime. And one of the things I really liked about it,
Mhm.
many people say, oh, I like the cinematography. But what I like about the cinematography was the use of the camera movement. And then there
Mhm.
was a bit where they were using that tilted look, which
Mhm.
provided for the audience that sense of instability. And you're kind of going,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
hmm. interesting. Are you leaving me unstable? Where am I supposed to go? How it started, they started with a bird's eye view, which was
Yes,
looking down,
down,
which
yeah.
reminded me of a lot of, I don't know if you remember Master. They used that
Yeah,
kind of bird's eye view in Master, and I really like
yeah.
that. And I like, and then there was the symbolism of the fire. So I'd like to know what the symbolism of the fire and the denotation and connotation there was. So boom, yeah,
We probably will have
but
to watch the movie to find
yeah.
out more, right?
Mhm.
But no, like even though it was a teaser, it gave enough for us to like keep wanting more. But
Yeah.
also like I really loved. It was almost like a visual treat for me. Like I really enjoyed watching those few seconds of Kichcha Sudeep on screen, and I really like his look and the style that they've given him. Every single movie we ever have reacted to so far, the BGM is always like so on point. Like I absolutely enjoy listening to it. Every single trailer that we have ever reacted to so far. Do you agree?
I have never been able to fault the score music or the popular music used within any trailer or any teaser or any
Mm,
scene reaction that I've ever seen. It's like you can see how much time and effort has
yeah.
gone into every track
Mhm.
because it's kind of like that is seen as the marketing tool, so they spend so much time. And
Wow.
you, and the
Yeah.
thing about it, when you know that a lot of time has been spent on it, you can see the people that have produced it are linked always with T series and stuff like that,
Yes. Yes.
which
Yes.
usually, and you're like, okay, so they have a linkage with that, and that makes yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, the color grading, like it definitely sort of, for me, like the color grading gave me almost like a Hollywood feel and
Yeah,
look to the teaser,
yeah.
almost. So I really enjoyed that as well. But I'm really looking forward to this, and I have not been exposed to Kichcha Sudeep's work, so I definitely am intrigued.
What one of the things I was saying, what, I might get a lot of heat for this, but
Mhm.
prior to Bahubali, a lot of the cinematography in Indian cinema,
Mhm.
it was kind of slightly dated, and it felt like it was far behind Hollywood and British cinema. But now when I'm looking at a lot of
Before
the cinema,
Bahubali.
Bahubali,
Before
yeah,
Bahubali. Mhm.
yeah, a lot of it felt dated, and it felt like it had time. It needed several years to catch up to what Hollywood, British cinema was doing. Forget about the budget, but now when I look at a lot of their filming quality, I'm like, whoa, that is that is on point. The camera movement, the depth of field, the color grading is kind of next
Mhm.
level. And now I'm kind of saying
But I think,
they are
P,
surpassing, yeah,
go on, go on, go on.
they are surpassing a lot of what I've seen come out of American film industry and British film industry, some of what they're producing. And I wouldn't say the budget is significantly more now. It's just
Mhm.
that you can see how technology has moved forward and how the creativity is moving to a next level.
Yeah, for sure. But I also would not say that the cinematography wasn't of good quality before Bahubali. Of course, I'm sure things have improved with technology and stuff over the last few years after Bahubali release. But there are tons of movie where before Bahubali as well, like where the quality was not as bad or as dated. Of course, there are certain movies where yeah, it does look like that, but I wouldn't say like all of them were completely
No,
dated.
I wasn't saying they're bad. I'm just saying in comparison to
Yeah, yeah.
Hollywood and British cinema, you could
Mhm.
tell they hadn't moved to that next level. So it was
Mhm.
okay. You could watch it, you could enjoy it, but you kind of says, yeah, a little few like some of the sound effects. You're like, hmm, yeah, the score music was always on point, but sometimes the
Yeah.
sound effect. Did they use the right sound effects? Was the
Mhm.
use of the blood, was that effective? Um, the CGI, could the CGI have been better, or you could see that it
But
started, but
that
they
you
must
will
have
see
run out of
even
budget.
now, right?
Huh?
That you could see that even now in certain movies where though the technology has moved so forward and things have every people have such large budgets for their movies, but sometimes the CGI, the VFX, it's still really bad in certain movies even now.
in a few, but
So I don't think
but
it's
when they're on top of their game, like even in that trailer which I just saw, I was just like, CGI looked good. It looked surreal. It's like,
yeah,
okay, the realism was quite profound in the fact that they were able to make it look like a fairy tale, but
yeah,
make it look like the realism was so nice, and the color grading and everything just blended in together, and the use of the transitions and all of that,
yeah.
and it worked really well, and I really liked
I think it's just depending on the directors and
it.
producers
Yeah,
who decide to spend the right amount of money
yeah,
in the right place.
that's
Because
true.
sometimes you might have a large budget, but you might end up spending it in a different area. And so the VFX and the CGI bit gets compromised. And so
Yeah,
even with large budgets, sometimes the CGI and stuff is not up to grade, I
yeah.
would say. But yeah, no, it looked perfect in this teaser at least. But yeah, I guess that was our teaser reaction to Vikrant Rona. Please let us know what your thoughts are. Are you all excited to watch Kichcha Sudeep on screen? And as always, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, support us on Patreon. And until next time, this is P and me signing out. Peace.